personally have worked in print newspapers, in wire services for radio and for television, and now all the work we do is digital, of course. And I think the same ethics apply to all platforms, and that is that you have to seek truth and report it as fully as possible. You have to act independently, so there's no conflict or interest or bias or other strings pulling in your work, and we have to minimize harm as we do those things. These are the guiding principles for journalists that we at the Poynter Institute share and promulgate. But if you want to sort of boil it down to what I see as the basic ethical principles for us as journalists, it's essentially accuracy, transparency, explaining how we got what we got, and accountability, so that if we make mistakes, being honest about those mistakes, owning up to them, and making sure that for the record we correct anything that's wrong. And at that point I went to Bloomberg News and worked in Washington and had the great fortune of being a State Department correspondent and getting to travel all over the world with Hillary Clinton and John Kerry over the course of 8 years. Our primary purpose as journalists is holding the powerful accountable, right? And telling truth to power. And so that means when the politicians who you're covering are unethical or are lying, it's about putting that out there. That's why fact-checking has become so important. Keeping track, reporting every day, the president or the prime minister said this, but in fact, that is not true. Remember, we're journalists, we're not stenographers, right? So our job is not to go there and just record everything that a politician says on thinking like a stenographer. Our job is to give context to our readers or our viewers or our listeners for them to understand these are the words that were said, but this is the context, whether it's true or false, and this is the meaning.